What's up, buddies? Mega here. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is part 2 of the 1.14 additions and changes. So in this one, I think I'm going to cover generation stuff as well as a couple more features that I didn't have time to go over in the last video. And I will also be going over parts that I actually missed of features from the last video. And so let's just get straight into it so that we don't end up with a really long thing. So, one feature which I even forgot to mention in all of this preparation is I forgot to say that lanterns can be hung from the underside of blocks, which makes them the first lighting, kind of like torches, so it's pretty useful. Anyway, we're moving on to wandering trader facts that I forgot to mention. So, by the way, this is the llama of the wandering trader. There's actually a specific spawn egg just for the llama, which is, you know, that's cool. It's a bit strange, but, you know, they have one. So anyway, you can ride it, and there is no carpet. Okay, so adding a carpet to this specific llama just, whoa, it just changes it to a regular one. So it's not that interesting. But with the wandering trader, something I forgot to mention is that if you were to set it to nighttime, so if it's nighttime, the wandering trader will actually drink a potion of invisibility, and then zombies cannot see him. So I'm showing that the zombie cannot see unless he moves or something. So this wandering trader is really smart because he doesn't have any house to go, so he just hides. So, and then in the morning, he'll drink milk, and then he'll come back. Okay, moving on to foxes. Now, foxes are really cool because, well, I mean, in my opinion, the heads are a bit strange, but, you know, whatever. So these are the sleeping variants because the foxes will sleep in darkened areas in your regular Minecraft world. This is a super flat, so they don't really have anywhere to sleep. So I just have some no AI sleeping ones over here. And there's two variants of foxes. There's the regular fox and the Arctic fox. You will find these in cold biomes. Foxes really love sweet berries, which come in taiga biomes. And so there's a lot of taiga additions because that's what was made. That's what the campfires and stuff are. But we will see in a second. This fox will eat the berry and then have it in his mouth, which brings on to another feature is any item on the ground that a fox sees, they will pick it up and put it in their mouth. And sweet berries, the foxes will eat it just straight off the bush, and as you can see, you can eat it as well. If I were to go into survival and eat it, it deals about 1 hunger, and you can also plant it around, and it starts like that, then it grows more. And it is advised not to go through them because you will get poked by the many spines that they have. There happen to be chickens around. Foxes really like chickens to eat, and they will actually jump over fences to get to them. So if we can see that happening. Oh, okay, so I don't know. Okay, so you can see that the fox will jump around, and he looks pretty funny doing it. He'll just go straight up, and then he'll kind of dive bomb. Whoa. And he will do that to try to pounce and jump on chickens. And he does it a lot once he has gotten through, and the Arctic fox doesn't seem to be doing that. Maybe it's just regular foxes. But anyway, because of time, we're moving on now. So, the next thing is there are new note block sounds. So we have soul sand, pumpkin, glowstone, hay bale, and emerald. So emerald gives a bit sound. Hay bale gives a banjo sound. Glowstone gives a ping sound. So this was already in the game, it just wasn't in a note block. Pumpkin gives a didgeridoo sound. And then this one gives a cowbell sound. Oh no. Okay. And then 1.14 has also added the Ravager, which is this massive beast over here, and pillagers. Now I'll go over more in the part with the generated structures if I do happen to do that, to cover that in this video. But pillagers have a crossbow, which is the new crossbow, and they will try to shoot stuff. So if I were to go into survival, you'll see he'll pull his, and then okay, he's bad at aiming. Okay, and then this guy will actually, the Ravager, or as it used to be called, the Pillager Beast, the Ravager will actually bonk you with his head, so his head will come out and he'll headbutt you, basically. Okay, moving on, we are on signs. So 1.14 has added all of the wood variants of signs, so which is pretty cool. I like the way that they're made. And also it has added, you are able to dye the text on the sign to whatever color you want. So blue, if you want, you don't really need black again, but you can have gray. And then if you want white, then go get white dye, and then make something white. And so you can do this with all colors. That's the signs. Moving on to dyes, actually, which I spelled that wrong, but it's fine. Now you are not able to dye anything with bone meal, ink sac, lapis lazuli, or cocoa beans. You now have to actually put them into the crafting table, and then you get your white dye, your blue dye, your brown dye, and of course your black dye. So it makes it a little bit more times worth stuff. Moving on to cartography table. So I went on this before, but I missed some pretty important parts. So now you can actually do more than what I said you could do. So all I showed was that you could make it smaller by putting a paper in. Now that is one feature of the 3. You can also make a duplicate by putting an empty map in the second slot, and then you have 2 of the same one. But you can also at the same time put this there and put a glass pane, and now this one will never be able to be changed. So here I have just locked this map, which means I can't make it bigger because, I can't make it bigger because it says that I can't, because it's locked. Nothing can be changed to this. And yes, you can still make 2 locked maps. So that's just a small thing that I missed before, but at least we have it now. Moving on to a new food, which is called Suspicious Stew. Now, a Suspicious Stew, it depends on what flour you put in, and so you make it kind of like regular mushroom stew, except you add a flour. So let me just put a bunch of mushrooms on both, and then you add flour of your choice to make a different type of stew. So I made that one, and then I'll just do 2 because I'm not going to go through all of them. If you want to do that on your own, go ahead. but I may have to go take some damage a little bit. Thank you, sir. I need a little bit of hunger. Hit me again. Okay, I think we're good. So now move it. This first one has given me. I think that just gave me saturations because it immediately healed my hunger. Yeah, and then let's say I were to go over here and get shot a little bit more. Thank you. I don't know why I'd say that to someone, but okay, now I'm losing hunger. This one gives me fire resistance. So as you can see, depends on what flower you use, it will give you different effects. Now, another thing is you can actually toggle to the old resource pack at any time. So right now I'm in the new default resource pack, which they added, which was supposed to come earlier, but whatever. But you can now go into resource packs, and there's a programmer art, which, so let it do its loading thing, which is a cool loading screen. This is a loading screen now, and there's a couple of more things. Let's just let it do its thing. Okay. 1.14 has brought a lot of nice transitions also. And now you can see that everything except for the new features are very, well, everything's back to normal like it was before. So another thing is, another part that I forgot to mention about cats is they will actually scare phantoms away. So let's say I'm in survival and there's a phantom. Whoa. And there's a phantom and he's like, I'm gonna get you, haha. The cats will actually, you can hear them hissing. They will hiss at the phantoms and scare them away. So it's really useful to have cats around you, because then it will keep away phantoms. Now this is getting really loud, so I'm gonna go back into creative. I think that concludes all of the stuff item related that's added. I could actually one more thing that I forgot to put in the preparation is now with TNT. TNT will now blow up 100%, or it will drop 100% of its blocks, which is really useful, I think. So we just got all of the blocks, which I think is really nice, because now you don't have to lose everything if a creeper were to blow up on you or something. So that's it for all of the stuff in here, I believe, unless there's a couple of things that I missed, but if I did, I'll just make another video on it, or the more likely thing that will happen is I'll forget and then it'll never come out. But before I end the recording right now, I'm gonna mention that the Minecraft has a new home screen and it has accessibility settings, and now we're going to go to a new world. Another part that I did forget to mention earlier is there is a jigsaw block, which is this block right here. This is actually a very interesting block, which it kind of goes with the structure block, except with this one, I think what it does is it's for smaller little things that you would take from like normally generated stuff, and then you can copy them. So what I think you can do is have like target grass block, and then let's turn it to diamond block. So now I don't know what that does, but it does something, and it has to do with something. It's a cool looking block. That's what I'd probably use it more for decoration than what its actual purpose is, because I don't know what it's exactly for. So as you can see, actually, It has a new generating world thing where it has this weird pixelated thing, which I did not know was a thing until I actually loaded it, and that's why I'm recording right now. Hopefully it's actually working. I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean exactly, but it seems to be taking a long time to do the world loading. Okay, so this is the first generated structure that we have right here. This is called the Pillager Outpost. Hopefully nothing's lagging, but as you can see around, as I lag like crazy, you can see that there are many pillagers around guarding it, so you can't really loot it very easily. But if you did somehow make your way up to the top without getting killed and stuff, then you will be able to see in a couple seconds that there is indeed treasure, like a crossbow and bottle of enchanting. Now, a little thing you should maybe know, I'm recording this again because my previous recording failed and I had to do it all over again. Anyway, so this is the Pillager Outpost. Pillagers are around it, and if this is nearby a village, then pillagers will raid on the village. So now we're just going to go on to raids. But before that, the way you would start a raid is by killing one of these pillager leaders. I believe that's the name. So you can tell if they are that because they have this funny banner here. So if I were to come and sneeze many times on this guy, then you will see that I do get his ominous banner right here. So it's pretty cool. It's like a custom banner, but also you can see that I have this effect right here, which is Bad Omen. So Bad Omen does not do anything when you're anywhere, except if you're at a village. So let's go to a random village that I found. So as you can see, when a raid happens, the villagers will actually ring the bell and go crazy because they don't want to get destroyed or killed. So right now it has not happened yet. But judging by that that cool sound that you hear, they are actually going to come from here. So I have strength on so that I can just show that they will actually, well, just to get through the waves faster, but I'm going to let them come in a little bit. And I also have this one villager here just to keep the raids going on in case I do end up losing, but they will shoot the villagers. So oops, to prevent that from happening, I'm just gonna okay, there's a lot of casualties, but for the most part we're the hero. Okay, so that's the first raid wave done. So they keep ringing the doorbell to try to like warn everyone that something bad is happening. Now I don't know why all the villagers are over there. Maybe I just put too many in, but this one there's a bunch of indicators. I will cut the recording back on once we get come on guys. Once we get some ravagers. Okay, so as you can see in this raid, or this wave of the raid, has a ravager, and let me just remove a lot of these guys. Okay, and witches will come and they will heal the allies of the raid that they have. So I'm gonna see if I can get this ravager to go over crops. I don't know if that can happen, but if you didn't know, ravagers will break crops if they go over them. So they'll basically ruin stuff. I don't think he'll be able to do it. He might. Maybe. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Let me just remove this guy because... But trust me, they will just destroy crops if ravagers are on them. Oh no, you can Okay, so here you can see that now we have a evoker, but more importantly, the Ravagers will have pillagers riding on them. So when you win a raid, villagers will put a bunch of fireworks in the air, as you can see, and you will get this this cool effect called Hero of the Village. Now with Hero of the Village, almost all trades will be discounted because everyone's happy that you saved them. So if you can see, maybe this guy doesn't have trades, but this guy, so normally he would have 15 beetroots for an emerald, but now he gives 11 beetroots for an emerald. So it's just they give you discounts basically. So this guy only now sells well, he gives an emerald for every 5. This guy is very mean, so I'm going to remove him. But how about this guy? So this guy only has 14 instead of having to give him 28 or 20. So everyone likes you, and it's pretty good if you manage to save the village from the raids. But with that being said, this is the desert village that you'll find. Ringing a bell will actually assemble. We'll have a meeting. So as you can see, a lot of the villagers are meeting over to the bell. That wasn't a great example, but normally villagers will all meet around the bell. So as you can see, they're doing that right now. So I'm gonna try to find some more villagers. Okay, so here, as long as my recording isn't lagging and everything, we can see that the taiga village. So all of the houses correspond with like the same wood palette, and they're all different, and they all, of course, they're more accurately resembling each of the villagers. So that's like a cartographer's house. This one might as well be this is a cleric's house, I think, because yeah, it's like a church. And also all of the villagers look accordingly. So this is the librarian, as you can see. You can get it. All of the villagers have the same type of block palette as the area that they are in. So like taiga would be this, plains would just be oak stuff, and they would all correspond to what their biome is. Oh, so that was all of the stuff for part 2. I tried to do the bamboo forest, but I was looking for surely about an hour, and I found nothing, and my recording lagged like crazy for the whole thing. I mean, it's might as well a podcast, because it's slower than the with the screenshots that are slideshowing it. That's how slow my recording is. It's slower than that, and I have no idea how to fix it because my recording just sucks no matter what. Well, anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like, subscribe if you're new and you like my content, leave a comment, or I'll reply to you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!